Welcome to the Carmen Hub Radio podcast. How about this for a big idea? The fall of one empire can spark the rise of another, and, in the process, reshape the entire world. Today, we're diving into the collapse of the Sassanid Empire and the rise of the Rashidun Caliphate. A story of war, politics, and cultural transformation that still echoes today.
That's such a fascinating way to frame it. The Sassanid Empire was one of the most powerful forces of its time, rivaling the Byzantine Empire for centuries. But by the early 7th century, it was teetering on the edge. What do you think was the tipping point?
Well, it's hard to pinpoint just one thing, but the Byzantine-Sasanian War of 602 to 628 CE was a major factor. That war was absolutely brutal. Decades of fighting that drained both empires of resources. For the Sassanids, it ended with the execution of their king, Khosrau II, and plunged the empire into a chaotic civil war. Over the next 4 years, 10 different claimants to the throne rose and fell. It was complete political and economic instability.
And on top of that, there was a plague, wasn't there? It's like the empire was hit by every possible disaster at once. War, political chaos, economic collapse, and then a population-decimating plague. By the time the dust settled, the Sassanid Empire was a shadow of its former self.
Exactly. And while the Sassanids were trying to recover, a new power was rising to the south. When the Prophet Muhammad died in 632 CE, his companions had to decide who would lead the Muslim community. They chose Abu Bakr as the first caliph, or successor, and that decision set the stage for the Rashidun Caliphate.
But even that wasn't a straightforward process, right? Ali ibn Abi Talib, who was Muhammad's cousin and son-in-law, had a strong claim to leadership as well. The decision to appoint Abu Bakr over Ali would have long-lasting repercussions, eventually leading to the Sunni-Shia split within Islam. But at the time, the priority was unity.
That's right. Abu Bakr's first challenge as caliph was to deal with tribes in the Arabian Peninsula that had rebelled after Muhammad's death. These were the Ridda Wars, where Abu Bakr brought rebellious tribes back into the fold. Once that was resolved, he turned his attention outward, and the Sassanid Empire became a very tempting target.
It makes sense why they'd focus on the Sassanids. Mesopotamia was rich, strategically important, and full of Arab tribes who were unhappy with heavy Sassanid taxes. Plus, there was the promise of substantial booty for the Muslim forces. And that's where Khalid ibn al-Walid comes in, right?
Exactly. Khalid was one of Abu Bakr's best generals, and he led an all-volunteer army of 18,000 into Sassanid territory. His campaign was nothing short of remarkable. He won 4 consecutive decisive victories, capturing key cities and bringing most of Mesopotamia under Muslim control. But then, he was recalled to deal with issues in Syria, leaving the campaign in the hands of others.
That must have been a tough transition. After Khalid's departure, Umar ibn al-Khattab, who succeeded Abu Bakr as caliph, took over the campaign. He faced a tough situation, though. The Sassanids, under King Yazgurd III, had allied with the Byzantines and were preparing a massive counteroffensive.
True, but the Sassanids and Byzantines couldn't coordinate effectively, and the Muslims achieved decisive victories at the battles of Yarmouk and Qadisiyah in 636 CE. These battles were game changers. The victory at Qadisiyah, in particular, led to the fall of Ctesiphon, the Sassanid capital, after a 3-month siege in 637 CE.
That's incredible. By 638 CE, most of Mesopotamia was under Muslim control. But the Sassanids weren't done yet. They launched several counterattacks, most notably under the nobleman Hormuzan. However, Hormuzan was repeatedly defeated and eventually captured.
Hormuzan's capture is an interesting footnote. He converted to Islam and became an advisor to Umar, which shows how some Sassanid elites adapted to the new order. Meanwhile, the Muslims continued their advance. The strategically important province of Khuzestan fell, and by 641 CE, the way into the heart of Persian territory was wide open.
And yet, Umar still sought peace with the Sassanids at this point, didn't he? But Persian pride and disdain for the Arabs made that impossible. Yazgerd III made one last-ditch effort to rally the empire, gathering an enormous army at Nahavand.
That's right. The Battle of Nahavand in 642 CE was a decisive moment. The Muslim forces, though outnumbered, used superior tactics to scatter and destroy the Sassanid army. This battle is often called the Victory of Victories because it effectively sealed the fate of the Sassanid Empire.
After Nahavand, the Muslims launched a three-pronged invasion of Persia, targeting its northern, southern, and central provinces. The central province of Isfahan fell after a series of hard-fought battles, and the southern province of Fars, though more resistant, was eventually subdued as well. Yazgerd III fled eastward, but his attempts to raise new armies were largely unsuccessful.
The northern provinces, like Armenia and Azerbaijan, were also conquered through a combination of military strategy and diplomacy. By the time of Umar's assassination in 644 CE, almost all of the Sassanid Empire had been absorbed into the Rashidun Caliphate. Yazgerd III's final stand came in Khorasan, where he hoped to receive support from the Tang Chinese and Turkish allies.
But neither the Chinese nor the Turks were willing to commit to a war with the Rashidun Caliphate. Yazgerd's last stand at the Battle of the Oxus in 651 CE ended in a crushing defeat. He fled into Chinese territory but was eventually murdered by a miller near Merv. With his death, centralized Persian resistance to the Rashidun Caliphate effectively ended.
And yet, the story doesn't end there. The fall of the Sassanid Empire had profound cultural and political repercussions. While the Persians converted to Islam, they retained their distinct identity and played a crucial role in shaping the Islamic world. Persian administrators, soldiers, and scholars became integral to the caliphate, and Persian culture influenced Islamic art, science, and literature.
That's such an important point. The fall of the Sassanid Empire wasn't just the end of an era, it was the beginning of a new one. The tensions between Arab and non-Arab Muslims that emerged during this period have had lasting impacts, including the Sunni-Shia split. And while the Rashidun Caliphate succeeded in unifying a vast territory, it also faced internal divisions, culminating in the First Islamic Civil War.
It's incredible how much history was set in motion by this one series of events. The fall of the Sassanid Empire and the rise of the Rashidun Caliphate reshaped the Middle East and laid the groundwork for centuries of cultural and political development. It's a reminder of how interconnected history is, how the collapse of one empire can give rise to another, and how those changes ripple across time.
Absolutely. It's a story of resilience, adaptation, and transformation, and it's one that continues to resonate today. So, what's our takeaway from all this?
I think the main takeaway is that history is never just about battles and conquests. It's about the people, the cultures, and the ideas that endure and evolve. The Sassanid Empire may have fallen, but its legacy lived on in the Islamic Golden Age and beyond. It's a testament to the enduring power of human creativity and resilience.
Well said. And with that, we'll wrap up for today. Until next time.
Welcome to Carmen Hub Radio, your 24-hour destination for music, talk, and stories that unite the world. From the rhythm of Mediterranean coastlines to the pulse of global city streets, we bring you voices, beats, and conversations that celebrate every culture. Here the world connects through sound. Classic and modern, east and west, tradition and innovation. Whether you're tuning in for soulful world music, vibrant DJ mixes, or thought-provoking cultural talks, Carmen Hub Radio keeps your mind inspired and your heart moving. Turn up the volume. Open your world. Live the sound of connection. Carmen Hub Radio, the voice of global culture.